Afternoon, everyone. This is Rob at Next Truck Sales, and I want to take this opportunity and introduce you to our 2003 Peterbilt 379L. This features a Caterpillar 6NZ single turbo engine with an 18-speed manual. I'll take you through the truck, show you some of the features that it has, and I'll explain a little bit about the process of purchasing the truck. I'm in Canada. If you're watching it from the US, then you'll be curious to know how to get the truck to you. And that's pretty straightforward, but I'll go through that in a minute. So let me just take you around the truck here. I don't have the wheelbase and all the specs at the time of doing this video, so I will put that information as far as horsepower, gear ratio, wheelbase, and that kind of good stuff into the description of the advertisement. So I want to give you a look here. We've got 11R 22.5 Bridgestones. Now we've got Centromatic balancers on here. You can see the wheels are pretty good, but they're not perfect. And we have a robotic wheel polisher. I'm going to get these wheels polished as soon as we get the chance, and we'll post new pictures of the truck afterwards. But for now, I'm just excited to have this truck cleaned up and looking pretty good enough for the internet. So we'll get the pictures and the video up now, and then once the wheels are done, I'll get you fresh pictures of the truck with the wheels polished. So being a 2003 20-year-old truck, it's not new. It looks great, but there is corrosion. So the main thing I want to draw your attention to is corrosion, because that'll be the question, especially if you're looking at watching from the States or anywhere, is what's the deal with the corrosion. So the hood, we'll just go through the truck. This is painted on. It's not a wrap, so it's not going to come off. So if you're thinking that you're going to change the color, that's not going to happen. The orange is pretty slick. I don't know if you can tell here. It's got, yeah, you can see there's some pretty big metallic flakes in there, and that's a really nice color. So it's only been parked here for 20 minutes, and I've already got a bunch of people going, wow, that truck looks new. And it does look great. It isn't new, but it does look great. And so I'll just show you, on the A-pillar and the window frame, we've got corrosion that can be cleaned up. Obviously, anything can be cleaned up. At what cost and what time? We've got metallic paint here. If you look, it is metallic. You can see my phone here. And get it to focus. It's a heavy dose of metallic, and we do have some corrosion. That's pretty commonplace on the windowsill. Okay, we do have some bubbling going on here as well. And again, it's not a new truck, but I figure since you can't come out and look at the truck, you're entitled to at least see as much as you can. This is a common spot for corrosion on all Peterbilt 379s, and that's actually really good. So I'm happy to see that. That's fairly easy to clean up, but underneath there is a bit of a chore. Take a look here. You'll see these stacks are connected. Okay, so that's good to see. We've got a chrome, or rather stainless step, which is nice. We've got a little bit of so they put a wrap on here. So if you look, it has a wrap. So this is actually the vinyl wrap paint protection film that's peeling a little bit. I'm going to take you around the front here because I remember seeing that. So we've got vinyl paint protection from here. So that's actually just the vinyl paint protection peeling. So if you wanted it to be perfect, you peel that wrap off and redo it. See the line there. Smart. We'll continue on through the rest of the truck. A little bit of peeling and pitting going on here. A little bubble there. Nothing serious. In a couple of years, depending on where you're headed with this truck, it may not corrode anymore if it never sees winter again, right? And you can see a little bit of bubbling there. Going to the back, tank is in mint shape. This is a nice touch. They put covers on the bunk shocks. A little bit of peeling here, right? But overall, really nice. LED lights everywhere. A little bit of peeling along that. I mean, worst case, you're putting a couple grand into redoing the whole thing. Frame is nice. If you have a look here, not sure if it's been repainted. It definitely looks good. A little bit of bubbling here as well. Again, all surface rust. A little bit of corrosion there, but again, nothing too traumatic. Air track suspension, so that's your 46,000 pound suspension. 11R22.5s, very common tire size in Canada. Continental HDL2 DLs, and those are virgins, and I'm going to give them 80% tread. We're going to polish those wheels, take the top hats off and get them polished. They'll look awesome, just not for this video if it isn't sold by the time we get them polished. So give you a look here. So the Pete Air Track has got a tie bar in the back where the Pete low leaf does not. And you've got, I'll give you a good look here. Well cared for truck, one owner since new. And just time to go. Again, more Continentals, more wheels that need polishing. Nothing really different here. This is a Holland 3500. And it's been raised up. It's got legs on it, or a spacer. That'll be probably a 52-inch height. It can be brought down if need be. It looks like this piece here was possibly added because normally the Holland spacers are just tall. So that'll be a higher than average fifth wheel height. And that's probably not a bad thing if you don't want these fenders getting smashed up. So maybe that's why it was put on there. Here because we can, because there's so much space here. You can actually get down and have a good look. Newer backing plates. I see new drums and newer airbags as well. And new is relative. It's not 20 years old, let's say that. A little bit of corrosion going on there. And that's been, this looks like it's been oil sprayed or something, because there's really, for a 20-year-old truck, doesn't have a lot of corrosion going on. Bunk heater. Let's have a look underneath here. So here's where, if there's major corrosion going on, you're going to see it, and that's oil that's been sprayed. Yeah, it's all light surface corrosion here. So that's your Webasto bunk heater. A little bit of paint flaking off, but you know what? You stand back and you look at this truck from far, and you're not sitting there staring at, you know, the paint bubbling. That's a sharp looking truck, even if there is some corrosion going on. Again, take you through there. I've left the lights on in the interior, so when I do get into the inside, we can go fairly quickly through the inside of the truck without me having to flip all the lights on. A little bit of a bubble there too. This is stone chips. I'm looking here. Give you a look at that. Again, not a new truck. Maybe you put an orange wrap on it. I don't know. Full pass through. That's cool. And this is one of the rare large bunks that you saw in 2003, right? Now Peterbilt got funny with the way that they named these. They used to call it a 63 or a 72 or an 80, and this is the large bunk, and you can tell by the window. It's the largest bunk available in a Peterbilt, and the way that they named it was based off of whether they measured it from there to there, or somewhere in the driver's seat, or the gear shifter, or the windshield, and whatever. It's the big bunk. Let's call it that. I'm going to pop up the hood because this is probably why you're watching this video, is for the engine that's under there. Hard to say. That might have been stone chips that have come up from behind underneath and popped off the paint, looks like. And then again, we've got the wrap. I'll take you through here. And you do have some corrosion going underneath the wrap. Probably just paint it black and be done with it. It's a good looking truck. So this bumper's pneumatic. I'm going to show you that now. So look at where we are, because this thing is low, and so if you don't want to scrape it, there's a little switch in here. I had to play to figure out which one it was. I think it's that one. So we got an air valve in here, and then push the button, and there you go. Scraping your bumper when you're going up curbs. However, you definitely need to pull that down if you're hood. So we'll put that down and we'll open the hood. I've already got the straps open. Give me 1 sec. Again, really nice paint job. Very cool. And that's been clear coated over top. But look at the quality of the paint lines. There's no overspray. Just sweet. So here we are. 6NZ Caterpillar single turbo. Probably, arguably, the best Caterpillar engine ever made. I don't know if it's the best engine ever made. I'm a fan of the Series 60. They each have their own benefits. This engine generally will pass just about everything except the fuel station. They are, for a big power cat, good on fuel. They're better than the twin turbo cat, and super reliable, and I'm told not super cheap to fix anymore. Caterpillar parts are getting somewhat hard to find, and they are getting expensive. But if you want a cat and you rebuild it, I'm sure it'll run at least 1.5 million miles before you have to get into major repairs. They were notorious for running strong and running long. So let's get this fired up and get you a listen. Make sure it's in neutral. I was playing with that gear shifter. I was trying to figure out if it was an 18 or a 10 or a 13, and I found all the splitters, and it's an 18. So let's go through this. Put 2 hands on it. I'm going to shut this down. I don't want to get my hand chopped off because my hand just nicked the fan. I'm going to get that off. If I can't, yeah, I'm going to need a pair of pliers. So I'm going to come back to that. Kind of wanted to get that off while it's running. I'll do a separate video. Let me just do a walk around of this with it running. I'll do a separate video with the oil filler cap off so we can take a peek at the blow-by, but I'll get a picture of the blow-by tube and we can see what's coming out of it. And now it's decided not to start. So what did I do? Is there a trick here? There might be a trick. It's got some secret buttons here, which I have yet to determine what they do. Right, so I've done something. Well, that's not good. So, what have I hit? We're gonna have to come back to that. Let's see. Panel, sleeper, load, aux. I'm going to flip everything up except for some of these older trucks. They put secret switches in them, like a security. It's got this little security thing. I don't know what that means. Probably that. I'll have to call the previous owner and figure out what the deal is. Come back to this. If not, we'll have to do another video. Let's see. Wish me luck. No, we're going nowhere. So I'm going to shut everything off. Let me take you through the interior, because I can show you that. We'll come back to the engine in a minute. So, what do we got? An old Sirius radio, CB, dome lights, speakers, lots of chrome, lots of switches, funky old style gear shifter. That's an 18 speed, so you've got your range. And if you've got splits in low, it's an 18, which we do. And we have splits in high. Okay. And city horn, probably need the key on. Oh, there we go. Now we got our alarm thing going. Maybe we'll get this thing to start. Hang on. Maybe I did something. Look at that. I bet you gotta honk the horn. Because when you honk the horn, that red light went off. That's cool. We'll come back to the engine because I'm already inside. So let's have a look. Get some paper here. That's just sort of use it as a floor mat. So I'll throw that out of the way. Okay, so we've got single bed, big bed. This will be your, I would call it a 72-inch sleeper. I know that they call it 80 now, but 80 they measure it to a different point, like to the steering wheel or something silly like that. So you got cupboards, everything's in nice shape, nothing's beaten up or trash, no busted hinges. Everything opens and closes nicely. Okay, we got the windows. Hello. Hello. And a control panel with a bunk heater. What do we got on here? 1990s GMC button font. Bunk heater. An alarm clock. Wow. Imagine having an alarm clock, because we all have phones now. This truck was made before the smartphone was even invented. Probably even before it was imagined. Crazy stuff. Another good cupboard with some, got a pull, look at that. Oops. With a pull-out drawer. Cool. Lots of cool stuff in there. Now, we haven't run this through the shop, and we will, and I noticed one thing that we will fix. One of the struts for the bunk is busted or missing on that side. So you get your heater panel and your full pass-through with carpet. I'm going to turn off all the lights in here. I noticed the dome light at the top in the center is not working. We will get that fixed as well. Again, I just wanted to get it cleaned up, put on the internet. I'll move this homemade floor mat for now. I'll give you a look at the carpet. It's clean. It's fully carpeted. We got a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 condition aftermarket seat in here, and we got the original Peterbilt seat in there. And we got wood, lots of wood. This is a Canadian class truck. 821 kilometers. I'm gonna do a download and confirm. It's probably 1.8, which is about 1.2 miles. We got some moisture because we just washed the truck and there's condensation going on. So I will take you outside. I'll just give you a quick, actually I'm gonna shut down the engine again. So I gotta get that oil filler cap off. See if we can get that off. You think we can get that oil filler cap off? It's not cooperating. If you can do it, it's on there. Oh yeah, man, he's stronger than me. I'm doing a video. Look at you. I just want to see how much blow-by is going on this thing. Now, is there a trick to starting this? Like honk the horn or something? Because I tried starting it and it wouldn't go, and then I honked the horn and it went.
Oh, well, there's one of them that takes so many minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's try it again. Oh, we're good. Okay. I don't know what the deal is. I shut it off and it wouldn't restart. I'll come back to Findlay in just a second. Have a look. Dry as a bone. Possibly. Could be a rear main. Hard to say. We'll have to get that checked and see what's going on. If it's an oil pan or if it's a rear main. Anyway, I'm going to shut it down. So process-wise, we're in Canada. The truck has a Canadian title, and we own the truck. So what we do when we sell it is we are registered importer with U.S. Customs. We bring the truck into the US. We're going to give you all the paperwork that you need to convert the title over to US. We supply you with that. We deliver the truck to Buffalo. That's all included in the price. And we guarantee that you'll get your title converted. There's no extra taxes, fees, duties, surprises with regards to cost. The cost of the truck is the delivered price to Buffalo, and that includes the paperwork you need to convert your title. And when you bring it to your local DMV, they'll charge you whatever your local regular sales tax is on the truck, and that's all they're going to charge you. So if you're interested in this truck, and we made a deal, it takes approximately, I'm going to say 3-4 days to get it over to Buffalo, and that's usually just the time it takes for me to get my transporters to actually mobilize the truck, and for you to probably get yourself there, because you're not, once you pay me, you're not necessarily sitting in Buffalo waiting for the truck. Approximately 1 week after the truck goes across the border, you'll get your paperwork to convert the title. Some of the paperwork comes after it crosses through US Customs. US Customs doesn't give us a stamp at the border that allows you to do that. So we wait about a week, sometimes less, sometimes more. And then I'll email that over to you, and you've got your paperwork, convert the title, and you're good to go. So if you're interested in this truck or any other truck that you see on our website, they're all available. If they're on the website, I pull them off as soon as they're sold. And all of my prices include delivery to Buffalo. So any truck you see, that's the Buffalo delivered price. Give me a call on those. My number is area code 844-489-8789. 844-489-8789. I hope to hear from you soon. Bye for now.